the celebrant in the ritual was dressed like. He dressed like the devil. LaVey wearing the horns was nothing but him carrying on medieval records. He read medieval records that the celebrant in satanic rituals dresses like the devil. So LaVey dressed like the devil. 2, the naked woman on the altar, LaVey didn't invent that either. And the important thing about all three of these is everyone says LaVey invented it. We don't want to do it. I just want to say this real quick before I go on, is that LaVey never claimed to invent these three. That's the other important thing I've never understood of why people hate it. LaVey did not claim to invent them. People who hate him have put them words into his mouth that he invented them. He did not claim that. With the naked woman on the altar has been considered a part of satanic ritual since the 1600s. And when it comes to the demons he chose to use as elements, the Satan, Lucifer, Belial, and Leviathan, Belial to the north, Leviathan to the west, Satan to the south, and Lucifer to the east, that is from a medieval book of magic. That is from
Abramelin.
The book of that is from Abramelin the Mage. That is from a medieval book. LaVey did his research. LaVey did not invent that. So for you people out there who tell for those of you out there who are traditional Satanist ministers, who tell your recruits and tell your members that it's wrong to use those names, shame on you. Because even though if you yourself want to use different names, and even if you would prefer your members to use different names, you should not tell them that there's something wrong with that. Because LaVey did not invent that. That was not invented for the Satanic Bible. That shit is centuries old. And if you didn't know that, maybe you should reconsider your whole stance as a grand poobah in whatever it is you call yourself to be in.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, and I think we've gotten into these labels about labeling this person a traditional Satanist, this person a modernist. I've gotten to the point where I don't care how you respect Satan, as long as you respect Satan. I don't care how you choose to practice in your personal life, as long as you don't interfere with my way of practicing and my way of worshiping my God. I'm through with all this. I can't talk to him because he believes the elemental demons are these people, these names, and this guy believes these elemental demons are these names, and I'm just not comfortable with that anymore. Comfortable with being that way anymore, because I think it's wrong, and I think we divide ourselves over stuff that doesn't really matter. We seem to forget that what matters is the Satanic philosophy, the principles that it's based on, not how we choose to worship Satan.
Exactly. I mean, the point is that, look, the way I define a Satanist is simple. Is that if before I finish with this is something that he's dead. I can't ask him, but I know some of you hardcore traditionalists out there might get mad about this statement. But I think even LaVey would agree with what I'm about to say about my description of Satanism. Is that if you consider Satan to be your patron deity, figure, or whatever, if you consider Satan to be the model of what you want to be, and that if you try to live your life in such a way to where you are true to yourself, completely true to yourself, and are true to your instincts, and do what you want to do while being smart about it, and that's the important point. You live your life in a way to where you do whatever you want, but you be smart while you're doing it, and you think Satan, whether he's a symbol or a real being, even though I believe he's a real being, don't get me wrong, trust me. No, I'm not even going to say I believe. I know Satan's a real being, and you can think I'm batshit crazy or not for saying that, but I know damn well it's a fact. I know just as much as I'm staring at my hand right now that I know I have a hand. I know Satan is a real being. But as long as you believe that Satan is your thing, even if he is just a symbol to you. And if you live your life in such a way to where you do what you want and what you feel you need to do while being smart about it and making sure that your life works out and is functional while you're being yourself, then that's what a Satanist is. Period. Period. That's what a Satanist is.
The thing about being a Satanist is that we're supposed to accept what's natural to us. We're supposed to accept, ourselves for who we are and what we are. And one of the things I've found interesting, and like I said, I want to say something. I've been guilty of judging people more than almost anybody. I'll throw my hands up and tell you, I have preached that radical, fundamentalist, extremist point of view for a long time. But somebody said to me, once, if these people that you disagree with knew for a fact that Satan existed, let's say he came to them and proved to them that he existed, do you believe that they would fight on his side if they knew he existed? And for most Satanists, I believe they would fight on Satan's side if they knew for a fact that he existed, because I believe in his philosophy, and if they were convinced that he existed, I believe they would fight alongside him in any cause he may choose to follow. But since they don't, you have to give them the benefit of the doubt. You have to say, okay, well, maybe there's not enough evidence for them that he exists. They have the right to believe what they want to believe. I used to be the type of person who said, well, if they don't believe just like me, then I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to deal with them. But I realized how stupid it is, because it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help our religion. It doesn't help our cause. It doesn't further our philosophy. All it does is divide us and make us enemies with people we would otherwise agree with. It makes no sense. And even though in my own book I've said some things that are negative about certain Satanists, I also wrote that book more than a year ago. Actually, it's been in the works for about 2 years. So, as I said, as all Satanists should, my beliefs have evolved, and events in my life have caused me to change my view on things. And I realize that we have to change the way we do things if we want our religion to succeed. And what we have to change is beating each other up for nothing, over nothing. When we know for a fact if we put those little differences aside, we'd actually have people that we think would be cool, that we could get along with and hang out with and work with. That's what I say.
Yeah. That's the thing. Look, it's, one thing me and you have noticed about this community and the way things work is that, man, everyone is just constantly fighting and everybody's constantly bitching at each other about all sorts of different things, and such is truer than each other. Such and such is more extreme than each other. Such and such. Look, man, the thing is, we all worship Satan. And the bad thing is what annoys me is when people start attacking each other when there's no reason to think the other person isn't worshiping Satan. They just want to attack them because they're not the same as them. And what I even find stranger is, if you are a group who is what all you are is about money, and you're worried about, some other group snatching members so they don't get money from you, like if it's a contest thing, whatever. I mean, even though that's fucked up, I can understand that. But there are groups of people out there who they aren't making money, and they still want to attack these other groups. What is the point of attacking the other groups? I mean, if you're not doing it as a business, if you're not making money off it, so why do you want to attack other people? Why do you want to go out there and just stir up shit? Why do you want to be a shit stirrer? Why do you want to do it? And some of you are listening right now. What the hell is wrong with you? Why do you want to do that? What is the point in seeing someone online who doesn't agree with your view of Satanism and then taking your time out of your personal life to attack them and rag on them out of nowhere? and it's not like they're not even taking money out of your pocket. It's just like Thomas Jefferson said. What was it, Nero? What did Thomas Jefferson say? Because you're the one who told me about it. Are you there, Nero?
Yeah, sorry, I had a technical difficulty. Thomas Jefferson said that if it doesn't take money out of my pocket and it doesn't break my leg, what difference does it make how my neighbor decides to worship his God? And I totally agree with that. And I'm starting to agree with that more and more as time goes on. You know?
Yep. Well, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying is there maybe people with Satanism who even, don't get me wrong, me and Nero are saying all this stuff about not caring, but don't get me wrong, I mean, you know damn well in our personal views, me and Nero, that still think a lot of people want to send a text or a voice message. It's at 361-356-7168. And once again, the call-in number is 323. Well, everybody, if you're still listening, this is Brother Obitus. It seems we might be experiencing some technical difficulties at the moment because obviously I can't hear Brother Nero. Yeah, something happened to Brother Nero, everybody. Well, we don't have any call-ins either, so I apologize for the few minutes of quietness and me not knowing what exactly is happening. So until Brother Nero comes back and can join us again, I figured I'll talk to y'all a little bit more about the LaVey stuff. The thing about LaVey, in my opinion, is, look, LaVey takes a lot of heat for stuff that LaVey should not take heat for. LaVey's philosophy in the Satanic Bible, one thing that has shocked me is I've seen people say that the Satanic Bible is shit from top to bottom. The entire book is terrible, and that people shouldn't even read the Satanic Bible. People in Traditional Satanism saying that. But that's kind of like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I mean, look, there are parts of the book that are a little weird, but that basic philosophy that's in the Satanic Bible, that's a lot of what this community and this culture of Satanists has been founded upon, whether you want to think about it or not. Think of it this way. When you look in the medieval records of medieval devil worshippers, people before LaVey, yeah, you see what they do in rituals. You see what they do. But you don't see anything about their thoughts on life. You don't see how they live their life. You don't see their teachings about what's right and what's wrong. You don't hear any of that. I mean, when you look into the stuff of medieval devil worship, is that the rituals and stuff, we draw from that, but it's not like they ever wrote books. You didn't hear anything about what they believed about the way to live your life. So for you to say that LaVey's Satanic Bible is completely useless and is devoid of value, it's just ignorant. It shows, anyone who says that shows that they are ignorant of not only the Satanic Bible and LaVey, but it shows they're ignorant of history.
So
they just don't know what they're talking about.
I had a technical... Hey, I'm back.
Oh, hey, it's glad to have you back. I didn't know what was going on for a minute. Well, you do know that we do have